Do you smell that stench? That isn't the scent of opportunity they scream about from every screen. That is the smell of rot, your own mental decomposition. You are here because you are looking for an answer, but most likely you are hunting for it in the same place you always do, in the bin marked free. You think the system you've built is a clever hack, a way to cheat reality and extract resources without expending energy. But look at your hands. Look at your face in the mirror when no one is watching. There is no winner there. There is only a creature that has forgotten how to hunt. In the wild, in that raw world we all crawled out of, and whose laws still govern your neocortex, the concept of free does not exist. Every scrap of meat, every calorie, every sip of water has a price. The price is risk. The price is pain. The price is energy. If an animal gets food without effort, it is either in a cage or it is already dead, and its body is being consumed by scavengers. You have turned your life into a cage where the trough is filled with cheap content, free advice, and endless marathons for which you paid not a single cent, which means you extracted not a single gram of power from them. Your brain is a biological machine calibrated for energy conservation. That is its factory setting. When you feed it something free, you hack its reward system, but you do it in the filthiest way possible. You flood your synapses with cheap dopamine, creating the illusion of satiety. You think you are learning. You think you are evolving by consuming terabytes of information. But let's be honest, you're just getting fat. Your mental metabolism has stalled. You have become an informational diabetic. You hoard knowledge like an old hoarder stacks trash on a balcony, hoping that someday it will be useful. But when the moment of crisis arrives, real, physical, or existential, when you need to act to survive, you discover that your muscles have atrophied. You cannot lift the weight because you are used to receiving, not taking. You are used to scavenging scraps, not tearing out your right to exist. Free is the most expensive trap because the currency you pay with is non-refundable. It isn't money. Money is just paper, an equivalent of energy. You pay with time. You pay with the atrophy of your will. Every time you choose the freebie, you send a massive signal to your subconscious. I'm not worth the investment. My evolution is not worth the price of a cup of coffee. I'm willing to wait, to tolerate ads, to gorge on informational garbage, just to avoid the act of exchange. This is the stance of a victim. This is scavenger psychology. And the most terrifying part is that it becomes a habit. Neural pathways cement. You physically lose the ability to exert effort without the guarantee of an instant result. You become impotent in the world of action. Your brain rots alive, lulled by the sweet fairy tale that knowledge should be accessible to everyone. Knowledge, yes, but experience, transformation, result, that is always an exchange. If you gave nothing in return, you created no vacuum to be filled by action. You simply stuffed your belly and went to sleep while your life walked past you. Look at your life as a territory. It is shrinking. Your ambitions, which might once have been predatory and bright, have withered into limp fantasies before sleep. Why? Because you surrounded yourself with free substitutes for life. You watch how others live for free. You listen to how others earn for free. You become a voyeur of your own success, which will never arrive. This is not just a mistake. This is active self-destruction. Every day spent in the freebie waiting mode tears a chunk out of your health. Cortisol from the background anxiety that you're falling behind eats you from the inside. Do you feel it? That heaviness in your chest? That isn't fatigue. That is the weight of unrealized potential turning into a toxin. You are poisoned by your own passivity. And while you hunt for another leaked course or a free webinar, someone else, someone who understood the law of energy exchange, is paying the price. He pays with money, he pays with sweat, he pays with risk, and he gets the result. And you get only the sensation of your own worthlessness, dusted with the temporary relief that you saved money. You saved on yourself. Congratulations, you are the cheapest asset in your portfolio, and every year your value drops. The market of life is cruel. It does not forgive dumping. If you value your own development at zero, the world will agree with that price. It will throw you to the curb, and you will stand there with an outstretched hand, waiting for scraps while the predators divide the kill. Does hearing this hurt? Good. If it hurts, it means your nerve endings haven't died completely yet. It means somewhere under the layers of fat and sloth, the heart of who you could have been is still beating. Pain alone is not enough. Pain is just a signal, an indicator that your hand is on a burning stove. Removing the hand is your job. No one is coming to turn off the stove for you. Saviors do not exist. There is only you and your instincts, which you so diligently silence with free content. The first thing you must do right now, if you don't want to finally turn into a vegetable, is to admit the fact of your defeat. Stop lying to yourself. Write out your most obvious illusions. Take a piece of paper, real, physical paper, and write, I seek free things because I fear responsibility. I do not pay for my development because I do not believe I will succeed. Admit that you are stuck. This is not shameful. Shameful is continuing to pretend you are moving forward when in reality you are just sliding down an inclined plane greased with free promises. Blindly repeating other people's scripts is a path to nowhere. You are trying to wear someone else's skin downloaded from the internet, but it doesn't keep you warm. It stinks of someone else's sweat. You need your own plan. You need your own survival algorithm. But I see your fear. You are afraid to be left alone with this void. You are used to the noise. You are used to being led by the hand, even if it's into a dead end. Solitude scares you because in the silence you hear your own cry for help, which was previously drowned out by free content. But it is precisely in this solitude, in this zone without comfort, that true decisions are born. Only when you throw away the crutches of free will you feel how weak your legs are. And this will be the moment of truth. Either you fall and stay down, waiting for the end, or you start to crawl toward your goal, tearing your knees to blood, but it will be your movement, your pain, your result. I will not coax you. I don't care if you climb out or not. Evolution works flawlessly. Weak specimens are culled, freeing up resources for the strong. Your extinction is also part of the process. But if there is a drop of self-respect left in you, a spark of that primal fire that forced our ancestors to face the mammoth with a spear, you will stop looking for easy paths. You will understand that free cheese is only found in a mousetrap, and that trap has snapped shut around your neck. You are suffocating, and you have a choice. Wait until the oxygen runs out, or start gnawing through the metal, breaking your teeth, but breaking free. Many of you are thinking right now, I'll handle it myself. I'll just stop watching the free stuff. A nice attempt, but your brain is a cunning junkie. It will find a way to trick you. It will invent an excuse. Just one time. This is just for research, and you are back in the pit. Climbing out of this swamp alone, when your reward system is broken, is a task nearly impossible for the modern human softened by comfort. You will relapse. You will go back. And each time the bottom will be deeper. Perhaps you will realize you cannot pull yourself out. Your will is no longer enough. It has dissolved in the stream of freebies. Admitting your weakness is the first step to strength. For those who have realized their internal navigation is broken, there are other methods, other paths, structured routes paved by those who have already walked through this hell and returned. This is not for everyone. Most of you are just biomass that will swallow this video and go back to scrolling the feed in search of a new dose. You are not ready to pay. You are not ready to change. You are doomed. But there are a few. Those who feel the age is close. Those who are ready for anything just to break out of this Groundhog Day. For such people, there are tested systems. Hard, without pity, without sentiment. Systems that do not pat you on the head, but break your old patterns over a knee to reassemble you anew. It is a narrow path, and it costs dearly. Not just money, it costs your ego, your habits, your former self. But it is the only way to avoid collapse if you have already lost control. You can continue playing at independence. You can comfort yourself with the illusion that you have time, but the clock is ticking. Tick-tock, tick-tock. Every beat is minus 1 second of your life, minus an opportunity, minus health. You are rotting alive, and the process is accelerating. If you are not ready to take the ready-made structured path that will be shown to you, if you are too proud or too stingy to accept help, prepare for the grave. This is not a threat. This is a forecast. As accurate as a weather forecast before a hurricane. The hurricane is coming, and your house of cards built from free knowledge will not withstand it. You need to make a decision. Now. Not tomorrow. Not Monday. Now. Either you start forming your own survival plan, tearing information out with your teeth, and paying the full price for it with your attention, action, and rejection of comfort. Or you admit that you cannot carry the load, and you seek those who will give you the map, who will give you a proven, merciless route. For those incapable of self-organization, this is perhaps the only chance not to vanish without a trace. Think about this while your brain is still capable of some analysis, not clouded by cheap dopamine. The choice is yours. But remember, inaction is also a choice to die as a nobody. Let's crack open your skull and see what happens inside when you hit that download free button, or open yet another video titled How to Become a Millionaire in 5 Minutes. You think you are a hunter who has found easy prey, but from an evolutionary standpoint, you are an animal that has walked into the most primitive trap. Your ancient brain, the limbic system, sees a resource. Information is a resource. In the Pleistocene, information about where the watering hole was or where the predator slept was worth your life. Therefore, the brain rewards you for acquiring information with dopamine. You found knowledge. Good job, you survived. But in the modern digital pen, this mechanism is broken. You get the reward before you perform the action. You watched a workout video, and your brain already released the chemistry of satisfaction, as if you had sweated for 2 hours in the gym. You downloaded a coding course and felt smarter, even though you haven't written a single line of code. This is mental masturbation. You satisfy yourself with the illusion of progress while remaining in the same spot, in the same filth. This creates a feedback loop that castrates your ability to achieve real results. Why strain, sweat, risk, and fail if you can simply consume content and get the exact same dose of hormonal reward? Free kills your motivation at the root. You become an addict of the collection process, not the application process. This is hoarder syndrome on a digital scale. Your hard drive is stuffed with gigabytes of books you will never read. Your browser bookmarks are a graveyard of your unfulfilled hopes. You hoard this trash thinking it is your asset, but it is a liability. It is dead weight. It is a tumor that grows and eats your RAM. You waste mental energy just remembering the existence of these sort later folders. Spoiler, later will never come, because what was obtained for free has no value. Memorize this axiom, written in blood on the walls of history. A human does not value what they did not pay for. This isn't capitalism. This is biology. The pain of loss is the strongest teacher. When you give away your resources, money, time, physical effort, you activate the survival zone in your brain. You engage the recover investment mode. If you paid a significant sum to enter a room, you will listen to every word. You will absorb. You will look for a way to apply it immediately. If you walked in for free, you will sit on your phone, yawn, and criticize the color of the wallpaper. Free turns off your importance filter. Your brain tags the incoming information as garbage, as background noise, and it passes right through you, leaving no trace, changing no neural pathways, altering no behavior. You just filter terabytes of noise through yourself, liquefying your intellect. You think you are the smartest one because you found where to download a leaked course. You think you cheated the system. Look at the results. Where are your millions? Where is your ideal body? Where is your steel will? They don't exist because you have no skin in the game. You risk nothing. And where there is no risk, there is no adaptation. An organism does not change in comfortable conditions. Muscles grow only through micro tears, through pain. Personality grows only through stress, through loss, through the necessity to justify what was invested. By taking away the necessity to pay, you take away the necessity to grow. You are building yourself a soft, cozy grave out of free content where you slowly degrade to the sound of other people's success. And here we come to the most terrifying part, the loss of time. You think free saves your money, but you forget that time is the only resource that cannot be replenished. While you scour forums for hours looking for a freebie, while you sift through tons of informational manure to find one grain of truth, the predator, the one willing to pay, buys concentrated experience. He buys time. He pays money, not to make your mistakes, not to waste years searching. He buys a map of the minefield while you try to cross it by touch, blowing up at every step. You waste years of life on what could have been obtained in a week, simply by paying the price. You trade your single, unique life for pennies. This is an idiot's deal. This is the behavior of a slave who values his freedom less than a bowl of free soup. Look at your downloads folder. It is a chronicle of your downfall. Hundreds of files, business courses, psychology, languages. How many of them did you finish? How many did you implement? 0 or close to it. Why? Because you had no obligation. You have no one to answer to, not even yourself. After all, you lost nothing by acquiring it. You treat knowledge like fast food, chewed and spat out. But the problem is, from such a diet, your mind gets fat and dull. You lose the capacity for deep concentration. Your attention is fragmented. You skip across the surface, grabbing scraps, but you cannot build a system. You have a mush of contradictory advice torn out of context in your head, and this mush paralyzes you. You know too much irrelevant junk but do nothing essential. This is called analysis paralysis. You are overloaded with information but absolutely helpless in action. You must understand one thing. There is no vacuum in nature. If you don't pay with money, you pay with your destiny. You pay by remaining at the bottom of the food chain. You pay by becoming an eternal spectator at someone else's celebration of life. Your greed, your desire to save is not thriftiness. It is fear. Fear to declare to the world, I am ready to invest in myself because I believe in my potential. When you seek a freebie, you tell the universe, I don't believe I can earn this money back. I don't believe in myself. And the universe replies, accepted, and gives you exactly what you deserve. Nothing. You get a free nothing in a beautiful wrapper. I see you wincing. It's unpleasant. Your ego is trying to defend itself. But there are useful free things. Your inner voice screams. There are. Air is free. Sunlight is free. But tools of survival, tools of dominance, tools of power have never been and will never be free. Knowledge that grants an advantage is always guarded. It is passed from master to apprentice, from father to son, or sold for a high price. What lies on the road is not a weapon. It is trash discarded by those who moved ahead, and you pick up this trash, hoping to build a starship out of it. Your problem is not a lack of information. Your problem is a lack of a filter and a lack of structure. You are drowning in an ocean of data without a compass, and you keep greedily gulping this salt water, hoping to quench your thirst. But the more you drink, the stronger the thirst. You are looking for a magic pill, a secret that will change everything, and you are looking for it for free. But the secret is that there is no secret. There is a system, there is discipline, there is sacrifice. If you are not ready to sacrifice your comfort, your money, your habitual way of life, you will not get transformation. You will only get brain obesity. Perhaps now, listening to this, you are beginning to realize the scale of the catastrophe. You see these years flushed down the toilet in attempts to save. You feel the cold horror that you, with your own hands, dug this pit. That is good. Fear is an excellent motivator. The fear of being eaten forced our ancestors to run faster. Let this fear drive you. Let it force you to look around and ask, where is the exit? And the exit is always where it is scary. The exit is where you have to pay. The exit is where you have to take responsibility. The exit lies in building your own survival plan, based not on handouts, but on a harsh energy exchange with the world. Or, if you realize that your internal compass is completely demagnetized, the exit lies in finding a guide. Someone who already knows the way. Someone who will sell you not information, but a map and a kick in the ass. Structured routes exist. They are not for everyone. They are for those ready to admit their incompetence and trust a system. For those ready to buy their salvation from mediocrity. But as long as you hold on to your pitiful pile of coins, afraid to spend them on yourself, you remain in the cage, and the door to this cage is open, but you don't walk out, because outside you have to hunt, and here, inside, they feed you for free. True, the feed is a synthetic surrogate from which you are slowly dying, but at least it's free. The choice is yours. Rot in the comfort zone, or pay the price for the right to be alive. Now look at the herd. Look at the people around you who are content with normal. They are the product of the free culture. They are safe, they are fed, and they are completely harmless. They have been castrated by comfort. Society, this massive grinding machine, loves them. It loves you when you are weak. It loves you when you are looking for discounts. Why? Because a man who wants everything for free is easy to control. You are predictable. You can be bought with a promise, a coupon, a stimulus check, a free trial. You are a domestic animal in a global farm, and you don't even see the fence. But deep down, in the reptilian part of your brain, you feel something is wrong. You feel the itch. That is the instinct you haven't managed to kill yet. It tells you that safety is a lie, that normal life is a slow suicide pact. When you step away from the trough of free content, you feel alone. Good. Embrace that cold. That isolation is not a defect. It is a sign of awakening. The apex predator is always alone. The sheep huddle together for warmth. The wolf walks alone because he has a purpose. You are terrified of this loneliness because you have no structure. Without the constant noise of free entertainment and educational distraction, you face the void of your own lack of discipline. You realize you don't know how to hunt anymore. You don't know how to track a goal, ambush it, and kill it. You only know how to wait for delivery. And this realization breaks people. It sends them running back to the warm embrace of mediocrity. Don't run. Stand your ground. This is the breaking point. The moment you decide to stop being a scavenger and become a predator is the moment you accept that no one owes you anything. The world owes you nothing. It will watch you starve with absolute indifference. And that indifference is your liberation. If no one cares, you are free to build whatever you want. But you must build it on a foundation of granite, not the sand of free advice. You need a code, a primal code, a set of rules that are non-negotiable. Rule number 1, value is created through struggle. If it came easy, throw it away. Rule number 2, action precedes motivation. Do not wait to feel like it. The gazelle does not wait to feel like running when the lion appears. Rule number 3, invest in your weapons, your mind, your body, your skills. These are your claws and teeth. Sharpen them every day and pay the price for the sharpener. Whether that price is pain in the gym, money for a mentor, or the isolation of deep work, pay it. The illusion that you can figure it all out on your own using Google is the ultimate arrogance of the amateur. Can you perform surgery on yourself using a YouTube tutorial? Can you pilot a jet? Then why do you think you can rebuild your shattered psyche and construct a high-performance life using fragmented, free garbage? You are trying to build a skyscraper using mud and sticks. It will collapse, and it will bury you. Admitting you need a blueprint is not weakness, it is intelligence. It is the recognition that the wheel has already been invented, and your job is not to reinvent it, but to drive the car. There are maps drawn by those who have navigated the abyss. There are systems designed to take a confused, soft civilian and forge them into a weapon. These systems are not hidden, but they are gated. The gate is the price. The price filters out the tourists. It keeps the noise out. Inside those gates, there is no free. There is only work. Hard, focused, structured work. So here is your ultimatum. The clock is ticking, and it is louder than you think. You are standing at a fork in the road, and the fog is clearing. Path 1. You close this video. You feel a momentary spike of motivation. Maybe you even write down a few notes, but then the dopamine fades. The withdrawal kicks in. You open a new tab. You search for free motivation techniques. You slide back into the warm bath of inaction. You continue to hoard info junk. Your body continues to soften. Your mind continues to rot. You die a little more every day, surrounded by the ghosts of who you could have been. You become a statistic, a battery for the matrix. Safe, free, dead. Path 2. You wake up right now. You look in the mirror and you say, enough. You declare war on your own weakness. You stop the consumption. You cut the intravenous drip of free garbage. You accept that you are lost and you demand a way out. You form a survival plan. What is the survival plan? It is a contract with yourself. Identify the enemy. The enemy is your desire for comfort and free validation. Define the debt. What do you owe yourself? Health? Wealth? Sovereignty? Put a price on it. Choose the weapon. How will you get there? Will you wander the desert alone, hoping to find water? Or will you acquire the map? If you have the iron will to walk the desert alone, to fail 1,000 times, to waste years finding your own path, go. I salute you. It is a noble way to die. But if you are smart, if you possess that ruthless primal intelligence that values survival over pride, you will look for the tracks of those who went before. You will find the structured route. You will find the system that forces you to evolve. There are protocols. There are methods designed to bypass your broken dopamine receptors and force you into action. They are not gentle. They are not cheap. They demand your skin in the game, but they work because they align with the laws of nature. Output equals input. I'm not here to sell you a dream. I'm here to tell you that the nightmare is real and you are sleeping in it. The fire is burning the house down and you are arguing about the price of the water bucket. Wake up. The next step is yours. No one is coming to save you, but if you are ready to be saved, if you are ready to do the work, the tools exist, the maps exist, the guides exist, but they are waiting for you to step across the line, to stop begging and start paying with your sweat, your focus, and your commitment. This conversation is over. The silence that follows is the sound of your life waiting for a command. Give it one, or go back to sleep and let the scavengers have you.